what I regretted is that it was ugly to me, and the people found it out. How can I explain that to you? I never would have let the people know.
The world was stunned when rumors surfaced of Tina Turner, the iconic Queen of Rock and Roll, being involved in the shooting of Randy Jackson, the second youngest of the members of the family band, the Jacksons. This video explores the shocking allegations that painted a dark and disturbing picture of the legendary singer. But before we get into that, we need to understand the early events that shaped Tina Turner's extraordinary life. Early life. Tina Turner, originally Anna Mae Bullock, was born on November 26, 1939, in Brownsville, Tennessee. She grew up in Nutbush, a rural community where her father, Floyd Richard Bullock, worked as an overseer on the Poindexter farm. Tina, alongside her two older sisters, Evelyn Juanita Curry and Ruby Allen Bullock, often helped with picking cotton, a typical chore in the region at the time. Tina believed she had significant Native American ancestry, but her perception changed after appearing on the PBS series African American Lives 2 with Henry Louis Gates, Jr. The show revealed through a genealogical DNA test that Tina's lineage was entirely African American, which deeply altered her understanding of her heritage. Tina's childhood was filled with disruption. During World War II, her parents moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, for work, leaving Tina and her sisters behind. Tina lived with her strict, religious paternal grandparents, Alex and Roxana Bullock, who were key figures in the Woodlawn Missionary Baptist Church. This period instilled in Tina a strong foundation in religious beliefs. After the war, Tina was reunited with her family, moving back to Knoxville and later returning to Nutbush, where they settled in the Flag Grove community. Here, she attended Flag Grove Elementary School, completing her education from 1st to 8th grade. She also began singing in the church choir at Spring Hill Baptist Church in Nutbush, sparking her lifelong connection to music. However, Tina's family life was unstable. At age 11, her mother, Zelma, fled from her abusive father, moving to St. Louis. This abandonment left Tina feeling unwanted and deeply affected her. 2 years later, her father remarried and moved to Detroit, leaving Tina and her sisters in the care of their maternal grandmother, Georgiana Curry, in Brownsville, Tennessee. This separation further shaped Tina's understanding of family and love. As a teenager, Tina worked as a domestic worker for a family in Ripley, Tennessee, to support herself. She faced further tragedy when her half-sister, Evelyn, died in a car accident. Despite these challenges, Tina remained resilient, actively participating in school activities, including cheerleading and the basketball team at Carver High School in Brownsville. At 16, after her grandmother's death, Tina moved to St. Louis to live with her mother. She finished high school at Sumner High School, graduating in 1958. After graduation, Tina pursued a career in healthcare, working as a nurse's aide at Barnes Jewish Hospital, before eventually embarking on her legendary music career. Ike and Tina Turner. Tina Turner and her sister began gaining attention in the lively nightclub scene of St. Louis and East St. Louis, winning over crowds with their powerful performances. One night, Tina saw Ike Turner and his band, the Kings of Rhythm, perform at Club Manhattan in East St. Louis. She was captivated by Ike's fascinating guitar playing. Inspired by Ike's talent, Tina approached him, asking to join his band as a vocalist. Although Ike initially showed interest, he didn't follow through. Determined, Tina took matters into her own hands during a Kings of Rhythm performance. During an intermission, she grabbed the microphone and delivered a soulful version of B.B. King's "You Know I Love You." Impressed by her powerful voice, Ike invited her to continue singing that night, recognizing her potential. In 1958, Tina's musical journey began with the recording of her first single, "Box Top," under the name Little Ann. The single featured Ike and another vocalist from the band. However, it was in 1960 that Tina's career truly took off. Ike had written a song called "A Fool in Love" for singer Art Lassiter. Tina was supposed to sing background vocals, but when Lassiter didn't show up for the recording session, Tina seized the opportunity to sing lead. Ike planned to replace her vocals later, but was pleasantly surprised by her exceptional performance. Local disc jockey Dave Dixon urged Ike to send the tape to Juggy Murray, president of Sue Records. Murray was immediately impressed by Tina's raw, powerful voice and purchased the track, giving Ike a significant advance. Murray recognized Tina's star potential and convinced Ike to make her the focus of the show. Ike renamed her Tina Turner, inspired by Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, and trademarked the name to protect his investment. Despite her new stage persona, Tina's family and friends continued to call her Ann. Early success. Tina's public debut came with the release of "A Fool in Love" in July 1960. The song quickly became a hit, reaching number 2 on the Hot R&B Sides chart and number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100. Journalist Kurt Loder called it the blackest record to ever creep into the white pop charts since Ray Charles's "What Did I Say" the previous summer. This success marked the beginning of Tina's rise to fame. The following year, Ike and Tina Turner continued their success with "It's Gonna Work Out Fine," which reached number 14 on the Hot 100 and number 2 on the R&B chart, earning them a Grammy nomination for Best Rock and Roll Performance. This recognition solidified their position as a rising force in the music industry. Between 1960 and 1962, they released several R&B hits, including "I Idolize You," "Poor Fool," and "Tra La 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 La," showcasing their dynamic energy and powerful vocals. Following the success of "A Fool in Love," Ike Turner formed the Ike and Tina Turner Revue, a groundbreaking ensemble featuring the Kings of Rhythm and the Ikettes as backing vocalists and dancers. The group embarked on a relentless touring schedule, performing 90 days straight across the United States. Their electrifying performances earned them a reputation as one of the most exciting R&B ensembles, rivaling the James Brown Revue. The Ike and Tina Turner Revue's popularity allowed them to break down racial barriers, performing in desegregated venues in the South, and paving the way for greater inclusivity in the music industry. Between 1963 and 1965, they continued to tour extensively, producing moderately successful R&B singles. Tina Turner also made her solo debut in 1964 with the single "Too Many Ties That Bind." "We Need an Understanding," released on Ike Turner's label, Sonia Records. That same year, the duo signed with Warner Brothers Records, achieving their first charting album with "Live," the Ike and Tina Turner Show, which peaked at number 8 on the Billboard Hot R&B LP chart in 1965. Tina's rising solo profile and their involvement in The Big TNT Show concert film further propelled their fame. Mainstream success. Phil Spector was deeply impressed by Ike and Tina Turner's performance on The Big TNT Show and was eager to collaborate with Tina Turner. He struck a deal with their manager, Bob Krasno, offering $20,000 for creative control over the sessions, which allowed him to produce Tina Turner and secure their release from their contract with Loma Records. In April 1966, they signed with Spector's Phillies label, and their first single, "River Deep, Mountain High," was released in May. Spector considered this track, featuring Tina Turner's powerful vocals, over his signature "Wall of Sound," his greatest work. While "River Deep, Mountain High" was a hit in the UK, reaching number 3, it only peaked at number 88 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Despite this, the song's impact was undeniable, earning Ike and Tina Turner a spot opening for the Rolling Stones on their UK tour in 1966. Tina Turner's star continued to rise as she became the first female and first black artist to appear on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine in November 1967, cementing her as a trailblazer in the music industry. In 1968, the duo signed with Blue Thumb Records and released the album Outta Season the following year, featuring a cover of Otis Redding's I've Been Loving You Too Long. That same year, they released The Hunter, with Tina's powerful performance on the title track earning her a Grammy nomination. Their success in the late 1960s led to headlining shows in Las Vegas, where they drew a celebrity-studded audience. As the 1960s ended, their popularity grew with performances at music festivals and appearances on major TV shows like The Ed Sullivan Show and Playboy After Dark. Their 1970 albums, Come Together and Workin' Together, marked a shift towards rock music, with covers like Honky Tonk Woman and Get Back. Their biggest commercial success came in 1971 with their cover of Creedence Clearwater Revival's Proud Mary, which reached number 4 on the Hot 100 and earned them a Grammy Award. Tina Turner's songwriting flourished during this period, particularly on the 1972 album Feel Good, where she wrote 9 out of 10 tracks. In 1973, their hit single Nutbush City Limits, written by Tina, became a global sensation. The duo continued to release successful tracks like Sweet Rhode Island Red and Sexy Ida in 1974, earning Grammy nominations for their work. In 1974, Tina also made her mark in theater, starring as the Acid Queen in the rock opera Tommy, a role that garnered her critical acclaim. Following this, she released her solo album Acid Queen, further establishing herself as a versatile and talented artist. However, Ike's substance addiction led to the deterioration of their relationship. After a major fight, Tina left Ike and filed for divorce, marking the end of their marriage and partnership. Despite this, the record company released 2 more albums under their names, even though they were no longer together. Early solo career. After her split from Ike, Tina stayed active by appearing on popular TV shows like The Hollywood Squares, Donnie and Marie, The Sonny and Cher Show, and The Brady Bunch Hour. Despite facing numerous challenges, Tina remained determined. She also dealt with legal issues over canceled gigs with Ike and Tina, but continued touring with help from United Artists executive Mike Stewart. During this time, she reinvented her stage presence with new costumes by Bob Mackie. Tina headlined cabaret shows at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas and performed in smaller venues across the U.S., showing her versatility and commitment. Her first solo tour in Australia in 1977 expanded her international reach, though her solo albums, Rough and Love Explosion, didn't chart, leading her to part ways with United Artists Records. Nevertheless, she continued performing and headlined a second solo tour. A turning point came in 1979 when Australian manager Roger Davies took interest in her performance and agreed to manage her. This partnership provided Tina with the support needed to revitalize her career. She also appeared on the Italian TV series Luna Park and took a controversial tour of South Africa, which she later regretted due to her lack of awareness about the apartheid regime. In October 1981, Rod Stewart's invitation to perform on Saturday Night Live boosted Tina's profile. Later that year, she opened for the Rolling Stones during their American tour, reinforcing her reputation as a talented artist. Her appearance on the Dutch show Willem Ruijs in March 1982 led to the hit single Shame, 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 and a collaboration with the UK production team BEF, resulted in the popular dance hit Ball of Confusion. The music video for Ball of Confusion aired on MTV, marking a significant step for diversity on the channel and introducing Tina's music to a younger audience. Tina also made a special guest appearance on Chuck Berry's television special, highlighting her continued relevance and versatility in the entertainment industry. Career resurgence and superstardom. Until 1983, Tina Turner was mostly seen as a nostalgia act, performing in hotel ballrooms and clubs across the U.S. But things changed when she signed with Capitol Records during her second stint at the Ritz. Later that year, Tina released a cover of Al Green's Let's Stay Together, which became a hit, reaching number 6 in the UK and charting well across Europe. In the US, it hit number 26 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 1 on the Hot Dance Club Songs, and number 3 on Hot Black Singles. This success opened the door for her comeback, leading to the release of her groundbreaking album, Private Dancer, in May 1984. The album, recorded in just 2 weeks, became a massive success, reaching number 3 on the Billboard 200 and selling over 10 million copies worldwide. Tina's single, What's Love Got to Do With It, topped the Billboard Hot 100, marking her first and only number 1 hit. The album also produced other hits like Better Be Good to Me and Private Dancer. Her collaboration with David Bowie on a cover of Iggy Pop's Tonight further showcased her versatility. Tina's comeback was solidified when she won 3 Grammy Awards in 1985, including Record of the Year for What's Love Got to Do With It. Tina's success continued with her Private Dancer World Tour and her role in the 1985 film Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, where she played Anti-Entity. Her performance earned her critical acclaim and the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Actress. She also contributed 2 hit songs to the film's soundtrack, with We Don't Need Another Hero becoming a global hit. Tina's 6th solo album, Break Every Rule, released in 1986, was another major success, selling over 5 million copies in its first year. Her Break Every Rule World Tour became one of the highest-grossing tours by a female artist in North America. In 1988, she set a Guinness World Record for the largest paying concert attendance for a solo artist, performing in front of 180,000 people in Rio de Janeiro. Her influence continued with the release of her greatest hits compilation, Simply the Best, in 1991, and her semi-autobiographical film, What's Love Got to Do With It, in 1993. Tina's final album, 24/7, and her farewell tour in 2000 marked the end of her illustrious career. Later career. In November 2004, Tina Turner released her compilation album, All the Best, which debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, marking her highest charting album in the US. The album's success led to platinum certifications in multiple countries, including the US and UK. In December 2005, Tina received the prestigious Kennedy Center Honors, recognizing her significant contributions to American culture and solidifying her status as a music icon. In February 2006, Tina released the duet single Teach Me Again with Italian singer Elisa, with proceeds benefiting children through the World Food Program and UNICEF. Her public comeback at the 2008 Grammy Awards, where she performed with Beyoncé, was a highlight, and she won a Grammy as a featured artist on River the Joni Letters. Later that year, she embarked on her Tina 50th Anniversary Tour, which became one of the best-selling tours in history, reaffirming her enduring popularity. In 2009, Tina retired from performing but co-founded the Beyond Foundation, releasing spiritual music albums to promote cross-cultural collaboration. The foundation remains active, continuing her legacy of using music to inspire and unite people. The following year, Tina's iconic song, "The Best," re-entered the UK charts, making her the first female artist to achieve top 40 hits in 6 consecutive decades. Her charitable work continued with the promotion of Beyond's second album, Children with Children United in Prayer, in 2011. Tina made history 2 years later by becoming the oldest person to appear on the cover of Vogue at age 73. In 2018, Tina received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, and her musical Tina debuted in London, later moving to Broadway. After 2 years, she came out of retirement for a remix of What's Love Got to Do With It, becoming the first artist to have a top 40 hit in 7 consecutive decades in the UK. Tina also co-authored the book Happiness Becomes You, sharing her wisdom and experiences. In 2021, Tina's life was featured in the documentary Tina, and she sold her music rights for $50 million to BMG Rights Management. That same year, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist, further cementing her legacy as one of the greatest musicians of all time. Personal life. Tina Turner's early life and relationships were marked by both passionate romances and significant hardships. While living in Brownsville, she fell in love with Harry Taylor, whom she met at a high school basketball game. Their relationship flourished, with Harry even moving closer to Tina. However, it ended when Tina learned that Harry had married someone else and was expecting a child. After moving to St. Louis, Tina and her sister Aline became involved with Ike Turner's band, the Kings of Rhythm. Aline was dating the band's drummer, Eugene Washington, while Tina began a relationship with the saxophonist, Raymond Hill. Tina became pregnant with Raymond's child during her senior year. Despite not feeling the same love for Raymond as she did for Harry, Tina moved in with him, hoping for a stable family life. However, their relationship ended abruptly after Raymond injured his ankle, leading him to return to his hometown of Clarksdale before their son Craig was born in August 1958. Tina was left to raise their child on her own. Tina's relationship with Ike Turner started as a platonic one, but it evolved into a romantic involvement by the late 1950s. Ike was still living with his girlfriend, Lorraine Taylor, at the time. Their relationship deepened after Tina sought Ike's protection from another musician. Although Tina was pregnant when they recorded A Fool in Love in 1960, she wanted to end their relationship. Ike's violent response, which included striking her with an object, instilled fear in Tina, yet she stayed with him due to her care for him. After their son Ronnie was born in October 1960, Tina and Ike moved to Los Angeles in 1962 and married in Tijuana. They created a blended family, including Tina's son Craig, their son Ronnie, and Ike's 2 sons from his relationship with Lorraine. Tina later revealed in her autobiography, I, Tina, that Ike's abusive behavior and infidelities led her to attempt suicide in 1968. Despite her initial love for Ike, the relationship was marred by profound unhappiness. By the mid-1970s, Ike's severe cocaine addiction strained their relationship further. The final straw came on July 1, 1976, when a violent altercation led Tina to flee with only 36 cents and a credit card. She took refuge at a nearby Ramada Inn and filed for divorce on July 27, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce was finalized on March 29, 1978. The financial settlement was complex, with Tina retaining songwriter royalties, her 2 Jaguars, and other personal items, while Ike kept his cars and their recording studio and real estate. The divorce had financial repercussions beyond their marriage, with several promoters losing money and suing for compensation. Tina faced financial difficulties, relying on food stamps and performing in small clubs to manage her debts. Ike Turner made several claims about their relationship, including that they were never legally married due to his prior marriage. He admitted to physical altercations with Tina in his autobiography, but denied ever severely beating her. Despite some attempts to apologize, Ike never sent a letter he had written to Tina. After Ike's death in December 2007, Tina issued a brief statement indicating they had not been in contact for over 30 years. Tina's sister, Aline, attended Ike's funeral, while Tina, though forgiving Ike, refused to work with him again and rejected his request for another tour. In 1986, Tina Turner met German music executive Erwin Bach at Dusseldorf Airport, arranged by her European record label. Despite their 16-year age difference, they formed a strong bond, leading to a civil marriage on the banks of Lake Zurich in Küsnacht, Switzerland, in July 2013. Tina and Erwin remained together until her death in 2023. Randy Jackson. Conflicting stories surround a tense incident involving Tina Turner and Randy Jackson. In 2011, Randy Jackson tweeted that he entered Tina Turner's home and saw her in a compromising situation with his girlfriend. According to Randy, Tina then shot him, leaving a scar. But he also claimed he had never carried or used a weapon, and that he was not violent. However, Eddie M. Armani's 1998 book, The Real Me, My 22 Years with Tina Turner, offers a different version. Armani, Tina's former assistant, recounts that the shooting occurred around 1983 when Randy was dating Bernadette Swan, who was also known as Bernadette Roby. She was the daughter of a member of the Platters and had recently divorced from Lynn Swan, a former NFL player. Armani's book describes Tina giving Bernadette a stern lecture, urging her to end the relationship with Randy due to his alleged abusive behavior. According to Armani, the incident escalated when Randy broke into Tina's house despite her pleas for him to leave. Tina, who had a loaded weapon hidden in her bedside table, confronted Randy to protect Bernadette. When Randy ignored Tina's warnings and continued to act aggressively, Tina fired a warning shot into the ceiling. Despite the warning, Randy advanced toward Tina and Bernadette, prompting Tina to move the weapon slightly and shoot towards the doorway. Randy then fled through a broken window, reportedly injured. Rumors suggest Randy might have been shot in the buttocks or upper thigh. Neither Tina nor Randy has provided detailed public comments about the shooting, but it is generally accepted that Randy was injured during the confrontation. After the incident, Bernadette went on to marry the renowned boxer Sugar Ray Leonard, and they remained together with 2 children. The incident with Randy Jackson remains a dark chapter in Tina Turner's life, highlighting the challenges she faced in protecting herself and those around her. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment, and turn on notifications to stay updated with our latest content.